Episode 7 of, it's time to get it, the Relentless Voice, hosted by Bruce C. Carter, yours truly. And if this is your first time, you don't know what I'm going to say. But if you've heard me before, I'm not here to what? I'm not here to what? But I am here to what? I am not here to influence you. I'm not here to entertain you, but I am here to empower you. Now that leads me to where we are in this season. When you see this, where we are is, I'm talking about beyond the rhetoric. Understand the lasting effects of political word games. People have been getting played by politics for a very long time. Politicians and politricks, as I like to call them, for a very long time. And it's only heightened in our current society. Let me say this. Me personally, this is just me. I have been on the right, I have been on the left, now I'm in the middle. I'm an independent thinker because I have seen the lies from both main parties and I've seen the lies from politicians. And the lies are like straight in your face. And I've also seen the ignorance of voters who vote because of a donkey or elephant, or because of a red or a blue, or because of a female or a male. They don't vote for substance. They don't vote because they researched the person, they saw what a person really has done. They vote because of the skin color. And subsequently, the individual that you put in power now, a lot of them are concerned about getting followers or being known as a celebrity. They're not here to make your life different and better. So let's see how many of y'all even care. Some of y'all are gonna vote the same way over and over and over and over because you're gonna defend your voting practices because that's what we do. So, politricks, they say, what is that? It's when someone works to get you or to influence you. Those are some things I don't like to do or don't do, is to influence you to vote for a person or a party just because. There's nothing substantive as to why you're making this decision. Normally, they talk more about the opponent of the person that they want you to vote for than the person they want you to vote for. So the job of them is to get you to dislike or hate or not trust their opponent versus getting you to look at their candidate of choice and say, I like them. I like what they stand for. Those are the tricks of politricks. And so you have these points and times in history that this happened or that happened. You had the Great Society under Lyndon Baines Johnson that was supposed to change these urban cores into this progression state. It didn't happen. You had the New Deal that was supposed to make this happen and that happen. I don't know if it happened to the point where it needed to happen. So here we are. We're caught into this time in 2024 where politics and politicians is so polarizing that you have people that have had 20 and 30-year relationships that don't speak now. Because somebody said, I can't believe you are voting for him or voting for her. You're ignorant. I can't. And they walk away from their relationship. 20, 30 years. And they are walking away from people who won't even think about you after the votes are cast. Don't know you, don't care about your situation, but they will trick you into tearing up the relationships with people that you can touch. I've seen it all. Politricks will have you saying things that are so stupid and then expecting them. Someone's coming back from the dead. People line up in places believing they're going to come back from the dead. They're full of conspiracy theorists to get you to become indoctrinated to foolishness. It's what I call it. So my experiences is I've seen political candidates and party play people. I mean, they played me one time to get you to do certain things. The politics, the lasting effects. You vote the president, they're there 4 years. If they don't get impeached and kicked out or fired. But some of the choices that they make have lasting effects. You vote someone in on national level for U.S. Senate, they're there for 6 years. So they can say, screw you and your communities and your values for 6 years. And going into that 5th year, that last one, they start to come back out and act like they've done this. And you're so detached you can't even see it. Your local races, your mayors, your city council, your county commissioners, and most importantly, your school board members. Your school board members have the ability to change curriculums based on the time we're in now. There are lasting effects. Your child is miseducated, that's a lasting effect on you. I often say that today, schools should be teaching, more than anything, conflict resolution. How do you resolve conflict? What does that look like? Right now, we know in so many communities, it's a gun. You bully me, I shoot you. In fact, I shoot the school up. You talk about me on a rap song, I shoot you. You step on my shoes, I shoot you. You accidentally hit my car, I shoot you. So yeah, we should be talking about conflict resolution. Then consequences. With all the behavior that's going on, we have to know that there's a consequence for every action. We can't even leave this up to just appearance now. But politically, we can start making changes so it happens in cities like Dallas, Texas. You open up a recreation center, but you have no programming in the recreation center. Kids may go practice football on there, but the recreation center is closed. You're making no investment into the human capital that you're supposed to serve. Guess what people do in Dallas? They keep voting for the same clowns that do nothing. Maybe hand a turkey out every now and then when it's Thanksgiving. And they're played by the turkey. But the effects of the children in that community is sad. Or you go to school, kid wins a state championship in football, you show up for the parade. But some of those kids leave high school, go to college and can't read. Nobody cares about that. But those are the lasting effects of politics. And they are not good. So what do? Me, I look at elections as opportunities. Opportunities to garner resources, to garner access for the people I desire to serve. That is it. I don't look for one candidate, one campaign to be the change agent. We need to be the change agents. But we have to leverage those opportunities right now. And many of us don't have the capacity or the thinking ability to do that. Because we've got caught up in being indoctrinated by media, and the media wants you to do this because they like this candidate, do this because they like that candidate, they bash this candidate, bash this candidate, or they bash that candidate, that candidate. So now you formed an opinion depending on which station you're listening to. Me, I don't hear none of them. Because I don't hear none of them, I only go by what I'm trying to get done. I need more people to think like that. If candidate A can help me today, then I'm with candidate A. If candidate A can't help me tomorrow, and they say forget you, then I'm looking for candidate B, C, D, E, F, but candidate A would not be my candidate. That's what we got to get to. We got to stop being pawns. We got to start being kings and queens or bishops and knights so we can make multiple moves. We got to stop playing checkers and start playing chess. We have to determine who really cares about you, about your kids, about your loved ones, about your family. And then we still have to hold them accountable. Because if we're not careful, we create the monsters. You and me, because we don't hold people accountable. I'm kind of new to politics. Like I'm 8-9 years in now. And I'm different. I'm just a different kind of person. In 2008, I voted the first time in my life. I was 38. I voted for Barack Obama because a black man was running in America. I'm about to do this. I'm in. 2008, I was a real estate investor. We had a depression, great recession. No money was moving. And I watched people get foreclosed after foreclosed after foreclosed. They bailed the banks out, not the people. I didn't understand it. But I'm a winner. I'm going to keep clawing. 2012, I voted for Barack Obama. No expectation, no return on my vote was given either. 2016, I don't even know if I was going to vote. I was so ignorant to voting, I didn't know the difference between the primaries or the general. I didn't know what precincts was. I just know you walk in and, you just choose D or R, straight ticket. But I had an interaction with my daughter. And my daughter, then 17, said she was going to vote for Bernie. It was the primary night in Texas, and it was Bernie Sanders against Hillary Clinton. I didn't even know that her last name was Clinton. That's how ignorant I was. I just knew she was Bill Clinton's wife. But my daughter said, I would vote for Bernie Sanders if I could. I'm thinking, okay, who is that? Long story short, Hillary beat Bernie really bad. And I decided I was going to help Bernie for one reason. My daughter told me that he marched with Dr. King and he got arrested for black people could have the right to education in the 60s. And that was enough for me. So I went on this mad movement to help Bernie beat Hillary Clinton. I went all over the country, man. I was protesting people. And it was there where I saw things that I thought was off. I saw the Democrat Party coming hard against Bernie. I saw provisional ballots in LA never get counted. And I started protesting the county officials, and because I couldn't believe this. But I saw this with my own eyes. So during that election cycle in 2016, I was kind of delusioned. I'm like, I'm not going to support Hillary. And Bernie didn't win. So I'm sitting there. I protest the DNC, but I'm sitting there in Philadelphia. And I had traveled all over the country at that time. What do you do? So I had people, I didn't even know they were called conservatives. I didn't know what that was. Remember, I didn't know what liberals, I didn't know none of that stuff. And they said, man, I'm a black conservative. I love what you do. If they rob Bernie, will you support Trump? I said, no, he talked too much. They said, but no, man, you got to learn policy. What is a policy? So I started trying to figure things out. I ultimately decided, man, I'm going to help this Trump dude. And I created what was called Trump for Urban Communities, and I had black men for Bernie. Because Bernie had did something, Trump needed to do something. It was kind of my philosophy. You did something, I'm rocking with you because of that. I want you to do something, so I'm rocking with you because of that. And I put these contracts out, like, this is what I want to happen, and I'm off and running. Trump won. Nothing happened for the people I wanted. So now I'm back in that shell, like, man, these politics don't work. They don't work. Not for me. So in 2020, I didn't support no candidate, Biden nor Trump, Democrat nor Republican. But I knew that there was a place for black men. So I created Black Men Will Vote. I traveled through COVID. I just wanted to understand the mindset of black men and why we didn't vote, because I didn't vote till I was 38. I heard all kinds of stories. My religion, let me see. You sleep with every woman you can, you drink every alcohol you can, you smoke everything. What religion is that? Other than I'm lazy and I don't want, because I was like, not understanding. Man, man, I ain't got time for that. This government, man, I don't want to be a part of the government. Let me see. You get a check from the government. So I heard all these excuses. So I was like, I got to get them to change. I got to get them to understand the opportunity. Because what I saw these campaigns raise millions and collectively spend billions to influence somebody how to vote for them. So I started saying to brothers, man, let me tell you what you're doing. You're robbing your community of opportunity to receive marketing dollars. The ability to force both parties, all candidates, to spend money in and around in your community to communicate with you. So I'm like, okay, I got this figured out. That's where I'm at now. Every election cycle, even if it's for the dog catcher, if they spending $1,000 and they need votes in this community, I'm trying to get $250 of that $1,000. That helps a kid, that helps somebody. So my point is, when you look at politics, I want you to look at it as an opportunity. So you have an opportunity right now to address issues. You have an opportunity during the election cycle. Then you have an opportunity when the next election cycle comes. Because eventually, if you start showing up at a high enough space and consistently, you have a voice. Because they don't want to deal with you when it comes time to vote. So you can't just cast a vote, go back, get on the couch, say, oh, let me see what they're going to do. Ain't nothing going to work in your favor. But if you cast that vote, enough of y'all stay busy, attend these city council meetings, attend school board meetings, show up, look at what's happening, see what progress, look at the bonds that they pass, look at where the dollars are going, call people out. Now, politics works for you. But if you don't, you're just a pawn in this country. And for black men, you got two things that you guarantee. One is a inmate number, if you ain't careful. And two, a voter registration ID number. You have to get involved. You got to stop making excuses. You got to stop treating this casually. And you got to be like, this my vote. This what I want for my vote. 1, 2, 3. Maybe they can't give you 1, 2, 3. Or maybe they can give you 1. Then you say, okay, you can do this. Tell me how you going to do it. And if they don't know how to do it, you got to say, this is how I want it done. Lay it out to them. Hold them accountable. But that requires commitment. Because remember, there is a lasting effect. Specifically, when it comes to the education system, guys. You don't want your kid miseducated. You don't want your kid undereducated. And you want to know when people are lying to you. There are certain things that a candidate can do and can't do. So if a candidate says, here's what I propose, that means they can't do it without some check and balance happening. So they propose it, they put it out, but they knew it was going to never pass. And what you say, well, they put it out there, but that party over there didn't let it happen. They knew it wasn't going to happen. But they tricked you. They made you believe that it could happen. If they did this, it could never happen. Politricks. You should be asking people when they make these statements, tell me how you would do that. What would it take for that to happen? Or it would take the approval, let's say in a city, it would take the majority of council if they have a strong, they have a mayor, but the mayor is not strong. They have a council and a city manager type situation. If you have 10, they need 6. Can you get 6 people to support that? That's what happens. Or if you're at a presidential election, does that take the act of Congress? Okay, do you have enough people that support that in Congress? Because if it's not, it's just a political phrase to get you motivated. So what I'm saying to you is, don't be getting played. Don't be getting tricked in politricks. Learn how to ask questions. Create a big enough base of people who have similar mindsets as you, who are concerned like you, and keep growing. One election, you don't have enough, just keep growing. And eventually you're going to have enough people, because there's so many people that's disenfranchised. They are without hope. They don't see a way out. Y'all can make it happen. And I'm always talking about the opportunities in real estate. Some of these urban cores in rural America got so much opportunity, but you're not organized and you're still getting played by skin color, gender, party affiliation, and nothing's happening for you. If you live in rural America, you're getting played by the Republican Party, because rural America is in dire strait. Hospitals, the healthcare system as a whole, grocery stores, being able to thrive, losing certain elements of work, living in extreme poverty. If you're in the inner city, you're steady voting for Democrats. You vote for the same people. The poverty level is only going up. The violence is only going up. But you're still voting the same way. To me, that's insanity. But you do it because you have been conditioned to do it. Blue, red, blue, red. I don't like neither one of them. Neither one of those colors excite me. I don't even have the color that excites me. The color that I need to happen so I can have the resources to create the change that needs to be created is this. That's what those both should do. They should create the opportunity to have the resources. You cannot let a candidate or a campaign or an organization bring in billions of dollars through an election and you asking poor people to volunteer. Let me see. Billions of dollars are being spent and you're asking poor people to volunteer. How much sense does that make? Why are you not employing them in that moment? Putting them in your shirt so they function as billboards. So they can go back and say, man, this campaign helped me in my time of need. Don't ask me to volunteer. I'm telling you right now. Ain't gonna happen. Tell me that you want to make an investment into these young people and you want to pay them handsomely to go out and talk about you and display you. I can listen. We cannot continually get played in our community. So what I'm saying to you, if you really care, my mic got hot right there, boy. Now, my mic said, that's some real stuff. And my mic is saying, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me. Stop getting played in your community by people that don't care about you. You got pastors who take white envelopes to tell you who to vote for. You have elected officials, as I said, give out turkeys and other little things in the moment. That's all you get. Let's be wise. Let's be educated. Let's hold people accountable. Because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to make things work. We the people, it's getting hot in here. My mic is on fire. Let's get ready to create change. I'll see you at the polls.